Tonight, the Major Series Lacrosse playoffs kick off at the Peterborough Memorial Center with game number 1 between the Peterborough Lakers and the Oakville Rock. The Peterborough Lakers definitely the favorite in this series, but the Oakville Rock on a little bit of a roll in the second half of the season just to get in the playoffs. So it'll be an interesting one. I'm Mike Hancock bringing you all the action here tonight from Peterborough. We had a bit of a delay here before the game got going as there's a nasty storm outside reaping its way across Ontario, and we're finally underway here tonight. The Oakville Rock will start things off on offense. Jeremy Noble will move it off for Westberg. The two former Denver teammates work very well together, which you'll get a good look at. And there's the first shot on goal there from Westberg that is stopped by Matt Vince. He'll get the start in the Peterborough goal. And at the other end, Nick Rose, of course, will get the start for the Oakville Rock. He had a big game just a few nights ago on Thursday night in Brampton, a very hot one that saw the Oakville Rock win a game that they had to win to get into the playoffs, knocking off the Brampton Excelsiors 11-7. There's a shot. That comes from Dixon. That goes off the arm of Roser. It may not have actually, as there's no reset. A long shot. That one will miss the mark as well. Loose ball on the near boards. The shot clock's going to expire, and Curtis Dixon's shot comes just a little bit too late as the Oakville Rock will take over as we played just about a minute here in the first period. Steph LeBlanc, the captain of the Oakville Rock, will get things started. He has a little bit of room underneath. Dumps it out to Danny Lomas, who shoots and just misses the mark. Brett Hickey will wind up. His shot is stopped there by Vince as well. And if you haven't seen the Oakville Rock play too much this year, you'll notice that Danny Lomas loves to shoot the ball. He takes a lot of shots, and he was right there at the top of the scoring leaders for the Oakville Rock this season, tied with Steph LeBlanc, who played a few less games. Evans will go to work for the Lakers. He takes a shot. Loose ball right in front of the net. Ends up getting knocked just wide of the mark as Nick Rose had to be sharp there, but may have lucked out a little bit in that situation. Pass down low into the corner. Lakers going to work on offense. Dixon can't make anything happen. Loose ball. He bumps with Krepinsak, and a little bit of a collision in front of the goal right in the crease of Nick Rose. And referee Ian Garrison will signal that it's going to be an Oakville ball. Ian Garrison working the game tonight with Jason Wiswell. Shane Withers is the standby official tonight. LeBlanc tried to step around the top, moves it to the far side. Noble trying to shake and bake his way inside, dishes it off. Shot from Hickey, that's stopped by Matt Vince, and the Lakers will take over here as we're 2 minutes in now to the first period. No score. This is game number 1, the Lakers and the Rock. Lakers finished the season 14-4. As we mentioned, Oakville had to get into the playoffs by winning 7 of their last 11 after starting 0-7, and a little bit of rough stuff to get started off here. We had an initial penalty being called against Oakville, and there could be more coming out of this scrum as there was another little push down in the corner. Not too dangerous, but just far enough away from the boards that it might have warranted another call, but we'll see here as Garrison and Wiswell chat things over and make their way to the timekeeper's box. Billy Hostrauser will head off for Oakville, so there'll be at least one minor. It looks like they may be asking for another guy, but we will see. There's quite a conversation going on between the officials. They're wondering maybe if it's going to be a 4-minute check from behind penalty, perhaps the second call that went down there, but we'll wait and see. Steph LeBlanc explaining it to Oakville head coach Matt Sawyer. And it looks like Sean Evans has also found his way into the penalty box, but he's exiting. And now Evans will head back to the box as it looks like Jason Wiswell's given him an unsportsmanlike penalty. He may have gotten a 10 actually out of that. We'll wait for the announcement here, but it's going to be 4-on-4, so we probably just did get the deuce. It's tough to see here at the Memorial Center with the scoreboard located a little bit above us here. That shot goes wide of the mark. Vitarelli on the loose ball. Krepinsak watches him. Vitarelli trying to go to work He'll kick it out for Dixon, who will shoot, and Rose makes that save easily, and Krepinczak will start to transition the ball up the floor. Moves it ahead for LeBlanc. Playing 4-on-4 here. LeBlanc comes to the middle of his shot, stopped by Vince. Loose ball down low again, picked up, and the Lakers will transition up the floor. Brock Sorensen on the run for Peterborough. Sorensen looking to dish it off, but now he'll hang on to it. He'll shoot, and that shot deflected off a body loose into the corner. The Rock able to secure that loose ball, and now Jeremy Noble will leg it up the floor for Oakville. 3-on-1. Noble, pass in the middle. Critch steps around his man. He doesn't shoot the ball. He loses it. It's loose on the floor. Critch can't come up with it, and we're going to have a penalty. A too many men call going against the Lakers. We'll put the Oakville Rock to the power play as we have played 3 minutes and 27 seconds in the first period. So to sort those penalties out, Billy Hostrauser was assessed 4 minutes for the check from behind. Sean Evans got the unsportsmanlike. Those penalties coming 2:22 into the first period. And the Oakville Rock now will go on a 4-on-3 power play with Wenster Green coming across to serve the penalty for the Lakers. Westberg, Steph LeBlanc, Danny Lomas out there on the power play with Brett Hickey working the crease. LeBlanc for Lomas. Back up top for LeBlanc. No shot really opening up here. He'll backpedal down low. Kicks it back out for Berg, who will shoot over top and can't find the mark as he missed the net, and the Lakers will get a chance to run the ball the other way. Self with a path to the net. Will dish it off to the far side now for Evans. Turner Evans slams on the brakes, and the crowd gets into it as the Lakers will go on the kill here. And shortly, it'll even things up here when Sean Evans steps out after his 2-minute unsportsmanlike penalty expires. Curtis Dixon going to work, gets a step on Zach Masson. Pass across the floor. It's now 4-on-4. The 30 will start to run. That pass out of the reach of Sean Evans, but he's the first to the ball in the corner. Evans now with a bit of room to step in. His shot got through but missed the mark wide. 30 about to expire. It doesn't look like there's going to be a shot here as the Oakville D gets in the way of that. 30 expires, and the Rock will go back to work here. Five minutes gone in the first period. No score. Still playing 4-on-4. LeBlanc steps to the middle. He really wants to shoot that ball. Backpedals, kicks it out to Jeremy Noble, who missed the pass. Noble gets inside on Sorensen, but stepped in the crease on the way through. And it'll be a Laker ball. Hope with it. We'll just dish it off to Sean Evans as the Lakers change from defense to offense here. Wenster Green runs across the floor, and the Lakers will now have a power play. Shot there. Went off a body and into the corner. Dixon with the ball at the shooter. His shot goes off the leg of Ian McKay, right back to Dixon. And that shot stopped by Nick Rose, kicked it into the corner. Fresh 30 to work with here on the power play for the Lakers. Bounce pass back up top. Adam Jones will run the show from the top. Curtis Dixon, Adam Jones, Billy Hostrauser about to step out, which will make this a 5-on-5 situation in moments. Hostrauser out. Glennie Bryan steps on the floor to make it 5-on-5. Pass bobbled by Dixon up high. Ian McKay all over him and loses a stick. There's no call there, and Curtis Dixon and I think every single Peterborough Laker fan in the crowd not happy with the no call. Danny Lomas with it. Lomas go to work on the near side. Steph LeBlanc sets a good hard pick for him there. The dump back for LeBlanc didn't work. Loose ball in the corner. Self first to that. Jordan Critch, a little bit of pressure, but the Lakers will run the ball up the floor as we still have no score here and we played almost 7 minutes. Self still on the run. We'll kick it back out for Crow. Crow sidesteps his defender, gets inside, but tried a bit of a twister that didn't work. There's a shot. Rose drops down to make that save. Loose ball down behind the goal. Mark White and Mitch DeSnew trying to take it away. Still loose on the carpet. It's underneath a body, and Glenn Bryan will rake it out of trouble and transition up the floor. Danny Lomas first off the bench. Lomas, he'll shoot, but his stick got knocked just at the last second. A great check to interrupt that shot. Straight at the other end, and Sean Evans is denied. Briar Jonathan can't hang on to that loose ball. Evans has got it. He'll just fire it to safety in front of the Lakers bench. And Peterborough will reset here as the crowd comes to life, but so far, nothing on the board for either team. Evans with a rip across the floor. That shot misses. Evans again drills a pass down to the crease, and Nick Rose with a spectacular save coming across to slam the door. But the Lakers continuing to dominate possession here. They get the loose ball back after the shot, and another 30 to work with. Evans just running the show out there right now. That shot, they score! A rip from outside from Corey Fittarelli, and the Lakers are on the board 1-0 here. 8-12 into the opening period. That seemed like it was just a matter of time. The Lakers were able to get a number of repossessions there off of shots. And you can only give this explosive team so many chances on offense before they're going to cash in. Big scrum off the face-off. It'll bounce all the way back down to the Laker end. Matt Vince will have to step out to give Wenster Green a hand. The Lakers will now try to add to things. Crow will push it on for Dixon. Dixon, the dump down for Scott Evans, who is cleaned out by Mitch DeSnew. And Jason Wiswell is going to give DeSnew a roughing penalty. And I don't know about that one necessarily. The ball seemed to be loose there. One way or the other, DeSnew did something illegal. I don't know if it warranted a penalty or not, but the Lakers will get an opportunity to go to the power play here again and get this lethal unit back out on the floor. We were teased a little bit in pregame warm-up. Mark Stainhouse, rumored to be returning soon to this Peterborough Lakers lineup, took first and second warm-up tonight and took every single rep on the first and second power play units. And unfortunately, we're not getting a chance to see a great player back in the lineup just yet, but good news is for Laker fans and for Lacrosse fans is that we're going to see him back in the lineup probably sooner than later. Here's a chance for Gillies. He's turned away as the Rock are able to generate a little something short-handed here. But the Lakers able to corral the ball, and again, we get the power play back out on the floor. Ian McKay getting better each and every game for the Oakville Rock. He's going to be an asset for this team going forward for sure. Captain of the Orangeville Northmen the last couple of years. Creeping in, that shot stopped by Rose. Loose ball, Turner Evans gets to it. He'll move it for Adam Jones. Sean Evans will crank it, move it down for Dixon. Dixon, all he needs is an inch, couldn't find it. Sean Evans, back for Adam Jones, a dump inside. Sean Evans, the quick pass down to the crease, that shot missed. Still lots of time on the 30, 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Sean Evans will reset, pass across. The quick feed for Dixon, and that's blocked by Alex Krepensek, laying the body on the line to make the save there right in front of the Oakville goal. Outlet pass for Jordan Critch, he'll slow things down. Jeremy Noble with it as the Rock will go on the kill here. Down 5-on-4 and down 1-0 as we played just over 10 minutes now in this first period. Pass to the middle didn't quite pay off. Steph LeBlanc, a little bit of a bee in his bonnet there on that play. Knocked the stick away from the Peterborough defender. The Lakers will come back up the floor. Still on the man up, but Mitch DeSnew just about ready to step out of the box. Set up on the power play. Sean Evans has a look back to the box. DeSnooze steps out. Zach Masson quickly out on the floor. Stopped by Rose. He's able to hang on to the ball. And that'll make for what should be a fairly easy transition up the floor for the Oakville Rock. But that pass gets away from Danny Lomas. And just like that, it'll be a Laker ball coming back up the other way. 9 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0. Peterborough Lakers lead it. Lone goal coming from Corey Vitarelli. Pass to the near side. Evans, dish back, the kick for Dixon, gets inside and scores. Lovely work between Sean Evans and Curtis Dixon. Very difficult to stop, and Dixon spinning off of checks, working his way to the goal. And Curtis Dixon has given the Lakers a 2-0 lead here with 8:49 to go in the first period. And you can only imagine how much more dynamic that side of the floor will get when Mark Stainhouse returns to this Peterborough lineup. So Oakville Rock need to get one on the board here. And maybe more importantly, need to get a few good reps going here on offense. LeBlanc's shot goes off the inside of the foot of Matt Vince and trickles into the corner, but the loose ball is picked up by the Lakers, so the Rock can't keep the pressure on. Hope will leave it there for Adam Jones. 8:20 to go in the first. Lakers trying to keep the foot on the gas pedal here, up 2-0. Evans waiting for some room to open. Scott Evans floats one wide of the mark. Another shot right on. Rose makes that save just before the 30 expires. And the Oakville Rock will transition. Jeremy Noble takes the pass right in front of his own bench. And we'll go to work. He's been a spark plug of late for the Oakville Rock. Goes right to that net and it's stopped. And those are the types of things that have quite often got his team going as of late. And that's just his ability to work his way down low and get to the net and generate scoring opportunities for himself. It's a real throwback, I think, to what we saw in his latter days with the Orangeville Northmen in the Junior A ranks before he kind of took a little sabbatical, we'll say, from the box game and made his comeback kind of last summer, and then, of course, playing in the NLL for the Colorado Mammoth. That shot gobbled up by Nick Rose with 7:20 to go in the first period. 2-0, the Lakers lead it. Brett Hickey, he's fought his way back from an injury this year, a little bit sooner than some expected. Shot from Tainhouse, that misses just wide. Lomas corrals it, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hickey will step into one. Vince makes that save, and the loose ball again is picked up by the Lakers. The Oakville Rock have had little to no success picking up a loose ball off of a shot and trying to keep that Laker defense out there for any extended amount of time. Here's a great pass through the middle, but no finish on the end of that play from Chad Culp. Jeremy Noble carrying the ball again for the Oakville Rock. Noble steps to the middle. Dump down low for Berg, and he swallows a bit of a high hit there. And it looks like we will, in fact, have a penalty coming up to Mike Kirk. Garrison signals that it's going to be a roughing call. So Westberg will run the top of the power play here for the Oakville Rock, looking to get on the board, down 2-0 with 6:20 to go in the first period. They run a bit of a cycle on the far side. LeBlanc, his pass across, tipped. Hickey's got it. Berg, LeBlanc will shoot right into the chest of Matt Vince, and this time LeBlanc will be that first guy to the loose ball. And the Oakville Rock will get to keep the pressure on here on the power play. Man up situation. Oakville needs a goal here. LeBlanc up top for Berg. Back down low. Critch fires it across. That shot is stopped. Sorry, that was Lomas rather with the pass across the floor. Hickey trying to recover that ball, has knocked the stick away, but it's the Lakers once again that come up with that ball and will now go to work on the kill. something the fans here in Peterborough truly appreciate, and they definitely get into it. Although, in my personal opinion, I'd love to see this go and we go back to just a 30-second shot clock when you're shorthanded. Pass floated into the corner. Jason Noble trying to pick up that loose ball. Adam Jones in there in the mix too. Briar Jonathan. Nobody can pick it up just yet. Gillies, he's got it now. And Gillies will run it out of trouble. And the Oakville Rocks still with some time to do a little bit of work on the power play, but not much. Less than 5 minutes to go. 2-0. The Lakers still lead it. Westberg dodges one check there up high, and Matt Vince able to make that save again. And a long outlet pass will find its way up the floor to Chad Culp. Culp, watched there by Zach Masson, who I believe still has 2 more years of junior A lacrosse to play. And I think was even a draft pick here, the Peterborough Petes in the Ontario Hockey League. Loose ball. Kick back across the floor. Vitarelli will fire one. Evans tried to come around the back. Couldn't get that shot to go, but it looks like going to the bench. A few guys getting into it. And Billy Hostrauser, the #1 disturber for the Oakville Rock, always has a little bit to say out on the floor and keeps everybody honest, but in this case, the Oakville Rock were going to the power play, it looked like, and then Hostrauser took a penalty after the play, so the Lakers will have the ball and will be in a 4-on-4 situation rather than seeing the Oakville Rock go to the power play. Sean Evans has a bit of a step. Kicks it back there for Dixon, who's got some room to get inside, and Rose comes across with a big stop again. Dixon wrapped up, pushed way out, flipped, stolen there by Krepensek, who's on the run now. Doesn't have the numbers on his side. A little bit of a free pass to the goal, and that shot went off of Vince into the corner. Critch, first to that loose ball. Tainhouse off the bench now. Dump it inside. Krepensek scores! An unlikely source for the Oakville Rock, but Alex Krepensek gets the visitors on the board, trailing it 2-1. 3:24 to go in the first period. It's not always the ones that you draw up necessarily that end up paying off for you, but Alex Krepensek showing some nice finish inside to catch that ball and tiptoe along the crease and able to put it by Matt Vince to cut the Laker lead in half with 3:14 now to go in the first period as the clock is rolling here. Straight to the net. Here's a chance, and that one finds the pipe. Loose ball down the floor. Vince is going to have to come out to play it. Glennie Bryan was giving chase, but Vince beat him to it. Scott Evans tries to draw his man up high to flip it back to Sean for a clear shot, but the official didn't like the extra work done on Ian McKay there, and he awards the ball to the Oakville Rock. To Snoo, on for Lomas. Throws it back for Steph LeBlanc coming off the bench. Skips by one defender. His pass for Lomas is knocked down. Ball's loose on the floor, taken away there by Lomas. Lomas floats it. That pass connected. Westberg couldn't find any room behind or underneath of Matt Vince for that matter. And the Lakers now will stop and reset up at the other end of the floor. Culp trying to shake Masson. Culp still with it. Both Hostrauser and Vitarelli will step back out on the floor. It'll be a 5-on-5 situation again on the floor. Less than 2 to go in the first period. 2-1, the Lakers lead it. Dixon with the ball on the near side. Steps towards the middle. couple of fakes, lets a shot go that Rose grabs with the left arm, and it rolls down behind the cage. And it looked like Dixon was tied up with one of the Oakville defenders, and Garrison decided to blow the play dead there as the ball was loose in the crease. Jeremy Noble. Pass across the floor. Steph LeBlanc tried the quick stick finish there, but didn't quite get everything on that shot. Brock Sorensen up the floor for Sean Evans. Evans takes a shot, maybe a little bit unexpected. He kind of shot a little bit for the wrong side of the floor there, but still had a clear opportunity on Rose that he handled fairly easily as we approach the final minute of play in the first period. Lomas shoots and scores. A little bit of a tricky one there as he started to weave his way through a couple of defenders, slammed on the brakes and let a shot go as he had a bit of a screen to work with in front of him. And with 1:01 to go in the first period, we are all tied up at 2 apiece on the Danny Lomas goal. So Lomas and Krepensek have the goals for Oakville. Vitarelli and Dixon score for Peterborough so far here in this first period. Peterborough had a 2-0 lead. The Oakville Rock have battled back, chipped away at this thing. Some good goaltending at both ends of the floor in this first period. Nick Rose has made maybe the more spectacular stops, though, and has been very good. And they're very active, picking off a pass. And the Oakville Rock will go back the other way. Steph LeBlanc. Slam on the brakes here. About a 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 25 seconds to go in the period, 15 on the shot. LeBlanc with it, down in the corner. Kick it back up high. Noble couldn't corral that pass as Brock Sorensen got his stick on it to knock it down. Hickey, cross for Noble. Just a couple of ticks left on the shot clock here. Critch turns and can't get the shot on net. And Peterborough will immediately call timeout, I believe, with 9.2 seconds left on the clock here in the first period. Nick Rose, very alert to pick off that pass down there that kick-started the offense. And Nick Rose, very active in the conversation right now amongst the defenders, as John Harrison handles the defensive duties on the Oakville bench. Matty Sawyer wants to give a couple of last words of advice to Jason Noble. And it really has been pretty amazing to see the turnaround of this team since Matt Sawyer took over as the head coach from Phil Sanderson after the team started 0-7. Here we go, the Lakers trying to get one last shot here. Evans will push it back. Long rip there from Jones is blocked, loose in the corner, and that will do it for a very entertaining first period of lacrosse here as the Oakville Rock hanging with the big boys through 20 minutes anyways of game number 1. The Oakville Rock and the Peterborough Lakers tied up at 2. The Lakers a 2-0 lead that they carried for the better part of this period, but the Oakville Rock were able to battle back in the later stages, got a couple of late goals to tie this thing up at 2. We will take a short break here from Peterborough, and we will be back with the second period of play in just a moment. We're back and ready to go for second period action from the Peterborough Memorial Center. It is game number 1 of this first round Major Series Lacrosse playoff showdown between the Peterborough Lakers the number 2 seeds, and the Oakville Rock, the number 3 seed, as we get things going. Ian McKay settle in to take the face-off against veteran drawman Stephen Hoare. All tied up at 2. Oakville Rock, as we mentioned at the end of the first, hanging with the big boys here through 20 minutes so far. It's going to be an Oakville ball to start things off. Plays blown in. Danny Lomas pushes to the far side for LeBlanc. LeBlanc drives down low, comes back up, pass across the floor for Berg. His shot right on is stopped by Matt Vince. Quick pass finds Sean Evans off the bench. Danny Lomas had to be the man coming back to play defense to try and cut off that quick transition. And Lomas ends up battling Sean Evans and gets the ball. Quick pass up the floor. Tainhouse will slam on the break, shoot. Vince makes the save. Loose ball picked up there by Tutton. He'll fire it up the floor for Evans, who once again is the first man off that bench. Evans, slow it down. The Lakers will get things set up on offense. Dixon, Evans, Sean Evans eludes Masson. The dump inside looking for Dixon. Pass was tipped, and Nick Rose able to come up with it. Again, that long pass. Both teams taking advantage of this short change here for the offense to get on the floor. Pass across, that one off a body and then off Vince. Through the crease goes Westberg, so it'll be a Peterborough ball. Lakers looking to get the lead back after holding a 2-0 lead for much of the period. That wild shot misses. Vitarelli tries to float one into the middle for Culp, who was knocked down from behind while that ball was loose, and the Lakers will take over again. Sean Evans with the ball, watched by Krepensek. He'll dish it off there for Dixon. His shot misses the mark. Eric Petrie just mucking with the ball there so that somebody on Oakville can safely pick it up, and Ian McKay is the man to do that. McKay up to Critch. Critch off for Lomas. Pushes it back to the near side for LeBlanc. LeBlanc has a look inside. Love to shoot that ball. LeBlanc turns away from that shot. Lomas, pass across the floor. Can't connect with Tainhouse, and the Lakers will take over. Played about 2.5 minutes here in the second period. 2-2 the score. Hostrauser out quickly to meet Scott Evans. Adam Jones. Turner Evans. Dixon. Sean Evans. Lakers moving the ball around the floor well. That shot low to high, right into the belly of Nick Rose. And the Rock will now transition up the floor. Jeremy Noble will have a look around, make sure everybody's on the floor before they start to go to work. Westberg comes around. Steph LeBlanc carries his broken stick to the bench. Could have been a call there for sure, but they get away with one. And the Lakers force a turnover. Get up the floor quickly. Shot right on. Not making Nick Rose work too hard just yet. Quick long pass up for Westberg. Berg trying to find some room to shoot. He does. That goes off a body, deflected up in the air. And it's corralled by the Lakers again. Peterborough going to work. Like I mentioned moments ago, they really haven't made Nick Rose work too hard to make any stop so far here in the second period. Loose ball picked up. Shot from Crow. That goes off a leg and into the corner. Just 3 seconds on the shot clock. Crow trying to make something happen. Gets that shot. And Dixon will get the loose ball for a fresh 30 for Peterborough. Dixon. Having Gillies work on him on the far side. Culp surveys the situation. Now we'll move it back for Turner Evans, who will swing it for Sean Evans. Sean Evans takes a couple of steps towards the goal and kicks it back for Dixon. Evans bobbles that pass, loose down behind the goal. Just a couple of seconds on the shot clock. Evans trying to work his way out in front, but Gillies turns him aside, and Evans' shot missed the mark regardless. So the Oakville Rock will take over on the 30-second shot clock violation. Hickey with the ball off the bench will shoot. He was looking for that top corner, but missed the net high and wide. Lomas all the way down the floor to pick that ball up. We'll move it ahead quickly. Critch on for Noble. Noble will turn back, takes a couple of whacks, lets a shot go that's stopped by Vince. And again, the Lakers grab that loose ball. 5 minutes gone here in the second period, 2-2. Lakers and the Rock, game number 1. MSL first round series. Adam Jones rolls off his man down low. Jones taking a few good whacks in there from Mark White. Culp backpedals, bobbles the ball, and just has to flip it into the corner as the Oakville Rock, their defense, doing the job. Having Peterborough run through a few 30s here already in the opening moments of this second period without getting a shot. Jeremy Noble trying to work his way down low, kicks it back for Wes Berg. Berg takes a whack there from Sorensen. Berg will dump it inside. Back up top is Lomas. And Matt Vince able to make that save as well. Kind of a quiet opening 6 minutes here of this period. Not a ton of great shots just yet. Culp, he misses the net. McKay knocks down the ball. Jason Noble battling, gets body position, able to pick up that ball safely, and now trying to push the pace. Noble, Lomas, McKay ducks under a check. McKay goes sailing to the net, and he goes in hard, and he's taken care of. Crease violation called against Oakville on that play, and it will be Peterborough Lakers going to work on offense. Scott Evans on the far side, having a look. Sean Evans quickly moves the ball on for Adam Jones. Turner Evans throws a fake, dumps it back. That shot stopped by Rose. Loose ball in front of the Oakville net, and Rose is able to just scoop it ahead quickly for Desnew. Finds Tainhouse off the bench, who leaves it for Berg, who shoots, and Vince had to get the shoulder up to make that save. Jordan Critch with the loose ball off the end glass, and another 30 to work with here for Oakville. Hickey on for Tainhouse. Tainhouse, LeBlanc. LeBlanc has had a little bit of difficulty generating his own shot here tonight. Berg tries to go short side, turned away, another fresh 30. Hickey for LeBlanc. Shot from Berg, that one stopped by Vince, as that's probably the best save of the period so far, and a few guys get reacquainted out here. Quickly broken up by official Ian Garrison. And a quick pass up the floor will find Sean Evans. Evans tried to cut towards the middle of the floor, was turned away though. Pass inside, doesn't connect. Loose ball picked up in the crease by Dixon. That'll be an Oakville ball, 7.5 minutes into the second. Krepensek push the pace here. On for Danny Lomas. Lomas for Hickey. On for Noble. Got a chance to go to work down low. He's thrown to the floor and ends up in the Peterborough crease. So that'll give the Lakers the ball back. Chad Culp moves towards the middle. Turns back again. Trips, still able to make a nice pass across the floor for Dixon, who's trying to shake Desnew. That shot surprised Nick Rose, but he was still able to make that save. And Dixon, knocked down on the far side, looks to be a little bit shaken up, but he's staying in on the floor. Desnew picks up the loose ball. He's got Mark White with him. Desnew wants to go right to the net himself, floats it just wide, and then he gets the loose ball himself again. Mark White picks that ball up, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Oakville's going to have to hurry here as they only have few guys on the floor right now. They got to finish that change, and that ball takes a weird bounce around behind the net. LeBlanc tries to get a shot on goal before the 30 expires and misses the goal. And with 11:14 to go in a 2-2 game, the Peterborough Lakers will take over. Scott Evans working his way towards the middle of the floor. On for Vitarelli. Now for Turner Evans. Turner Evans with some room to shoot. Misses just wide of the mark. Loose ball picked up by Evans. Shoveled around for Vitarelli, and Rose again steps out, gets big, and makes that save. Quickly outletted to Jason Noble. Rock will finish up this change here. Get the row on the floor. 2-2 game here as we approach the halfway point of things. Lomas with a shot, and that rattled off a couple of posts, it looked like, and almost got behind Matt Vince. Hickey out for Jared Noble. Bouncer across the floor for Steph LeBlanc. 20 seconds on the shot clock. LeBlanc with some room to shoot. That one gets deflected. Shot in tight by Tainhouse. Loose ball on the near side. He couldn't touch it as he had stepped through the crease there after his shot. And up the other way, Sean Evans again, first off the bench. He lets one rip. Rose got a piece of that. It'll be a fresh 30 here if the Lakers can come up with it. And a pop there from Desnew while that ball was loose. And that'll give the Lakers possession here with 10 minutes to go. And immediately it looks like Desnew is going to draw a penalty here. He's going to be heading to the box as he got tied up there as the Lakers were making their change. And Peterborough pulls the goalie and will be going 6-on-5 here and may be going on the power play. Culp back up top for Evans. Evans drilled a pass down to the crease that didn't connect, and we're going to have a high sticking call going against Mitch Desnew. So with 9:39 to go in the second period, the Lakers will go to the power play looking to score the first goal of this period. Dixon steps in, misses. Rose able to get the stick on that, and now he'll have a look up the floor. Krepensek, quick dump up ahead for Brett Hickey, steps off the bench. Hickey bullies his way towards the goal. He shoots, and Vince steps to his left to make the save. And we are going to have a penalty coming up behind the play. Looks like it might be an unsportsmanlike going against Peterborough. Corey Vitarelli heading to the box for the Lakers. And the Rock will take over here. It'll be 4-on-4 with Desnew still in the box. LeBlanc. Dump back for Lomas. Ducks around one check, then has the ball stripped. The Lakers doing their best to create a huge numbers situation here. They do so. That shot deflected off into the corner, but Sean Evans gets the ball. Just 8 seconds on the shot clock. Evans trying to work towards the middle of the floor. Rose drops down to a knee to make that save, and now Glenn Bryan, the quick outlet up the floor. Wes Berg had trouble handling it. He's still got an opportunity to get in on top of Vince. Berg shoots, and Vince turns him away. Great end-to-end action here. 8.5 minutes to go. We're still playing 4-on-4. Mitch Desnew will be the first out of the box. And about 30 seconds or so after that, we'll see Vitarelli step out. That one goes off the pipe. And it looks like we're going to have a holding call coming up against Oakville's Glenn Bryan. And he is not too happy about that. And Wiswell makes the signal at the timekeeper's box. And it'll be the Lakers going to a power play. A brief one before Desnew steps out of the box and we get back to 4-on-4 lacrosse. Evans, Dixon, Evans, and Jones out there on the power play. That shot off Rose and off the post and goes up and out of play. Still be a Peterborough ball. Adam Jones on for Turner Evans. He creeps in, dumps it for Jones. Back for Evans, who again creeps in. He wants to shoot, but a block there from Jason Noble. Still 16 on the shot. Evans will crank it, dump it behind the net. Back for Evans. Evans again now onto the crease, and Rose able to throw the shoulder up after not biting on a couple of quick fakes down there. Desnu will step out. It'll be back to 4-on-4. Dixon with a bouncer, and Nick Rose with a fantastic stop to keep this a 2-2 game. The Oakville Rock pushing the ball up the floor quickly. Krepensek with the dish. Desnu can't find the mark. 20 seconds on the shot clock if the Oakville Rock can pick it up, but they can't. And the Lakers will go back the other way. We're still 4-on-4, but now behind the play we got Wes Berg wrapped up with Self, I believe, back behind the play. And we had Corey Vitarelli just step out of the box. And now Berg is also going to be going to the box. Sorry, that was Nick Weiss who was engaged with Berg, not Self. So we've still got 55 seconds to go in the Glenn Bryan penalty. And Berg and Weiss will sit in the box for a pair each. That shot stopped by Rose. Loose ball rolls right in front of that Oakville crease. Nobody can pick it up. Everybody's down battling for it, but it's Jason Noble that's able to grab it for Oakville. Noble takes one whack. Off the bench comes his brother Jeremy in, shoots, and Vince turns him away. A real defensive battle going on here tonight. 2-2 the score. Off the bench, and Dixon can't cash and took a hard tumble on the way to the goal. Ian McKay runs the ball up the floor for Oakville. Dixon still way down the floor. Brett Hickey steps out. Krepensek also steps out on the floor for Oakville. Jeremy Noble bounces it on for Hickey. Clem Bryan steps out, and we're back to 4-on-4 lacrosse. Played quite a bit of it here tonight. Critch and LeBlanc on the floor also for Oakville with Hickey and Noble. Noble's shot stopped by Vince. Loose ball picked up, and Wiswell blows it dead, and I'm not sure if he called a crease violation there against Oakville. Yeah, I guess he did, as Blaine Manning trying to get an explanation, but it's not one that is going to please him regardless of what it is. Less than 6 minutes to go here in the second. Turner Evans gets around the check for a moment, and there's going to be another penalty coming up to Oakville. As Zach Masson is going to head off for the hold. As Turner Evans was just a little bit too much for him to handle, I think, on that play, and ended up taking a holding penalty. So another power play for the Lakers. Both teams have had their chances on the man up in this period. Some for abbreviated stretches. But it's a 4-on-3 right now. That shot just missed the mark. Loose ball pops up in the air, and Brad Gillies had it momentarily, lost it. He's got it back, dumps it ahead for Krepensek, who's already got one. Tainhouse was first off the bench. Krepensek wants to score, and he does! Alex Krepensek with his second of the game gives the Oakville Rock a 3-2 lead with 5:15 to go in the second period. You think if you get one from Krepensek on a night, you're in good shape. You get two from him, things must be going your way. An unsettled situation really for Oakville there, and Krepensek took advantage of it, really. Loose ball, knocked down the floor. Self's the first to it, takes a bit of a bump there from Hostrauser. Five-on-4 power play now. Evans kind of bobbled that as it came out of his stick, looking for Dixon. Dixon will move it behind the net. Now kicks it out. Scott Evans tries to let one go that doesn't work out so much as the 30-second shot clock expires with 4:37 to go here in this second period. Jeremy Noble, the ball on the near side for Oakville. As believe it or not, they're looking to stretch this into a 2-goal lead here. Loose ball on the floor. Noble's tied up. And he's pushed to the floor as everybody's involved down in the corner. Good battle. And there's another good battle out in front of the net with Tutton and LeBlanc, it looked like. And Tutton is going to find his way to the box. And the Oakville Rock are going to go to the power play. They'll go to the power play in 20 seconds, obviously, when Zach Masson steps out of the box. (3-2). The Oakville Rock lead this game. LeBlanc and Lomas handling things here as in just a couple of seconds, Masson step out of the box. Now it's a 5-on-4 power play. Hickey will shoot, and Matt Vince will make that easy stop there. Long pass up ahead. Sean Evans, shorthanded, scores! Sean Evans scores. And there is a whole bunch of extracurricular activity there. As I think it was Brad Self was all over. May have been Jason Noble. I'm not sure who it was for Oakville that was down on the floor there. But just like that, Sean Evans has tied this game at 3, but it looks like it's going to be a 5-minute roughing call that is going to go against Self. So while the Oakville Rock give up a shorthanded marker to Sean Evans that ties the game, they're going to have a 5-on-3 power play here for a minute and a half. And then they'll still have 3.5 minutes or perhaps more to work with on that major penalty. Pass across, Lomas couldn't handle it. He's hit down behind the goal. Loose ball pops out to Matt Vince. He'll grab it, and the Lakers will go on the kill here. So Sean Evans with the ball. He just scored shorthanded. Let's see what he can do here. Evans looked like he had a hold of the snooze stick there. He's battling through everybody right now. Mitch DeSnew had his stick on him. Sean Evans was looking for a penalty. Evans trying to shake and bake his way through everybody, just dumps it down into the corner, and Billy Hostrauser is going to have to beat Turner Evans to it, and he does. And the Oakville Rock will now go to work. Still a 5-on-3 power play for Oakville. The Rock finish up their change here. That shot doesn't go, and it's going to be a Peterborough ball. Chad Culp. Lakers on the kill. That ball knocked down by McKay. Loose still. Maybe underneath McKay, but now Crow looks like he's got it along the far boards. A battle there ensues, and going to be the over and back call that will give the Oakville Rock the ball. Westberg on for Jaron Noble. Pass inside, deflected right to Matt Vince. And the Oakville Rock have not been able to get too much cooking on the power play and have surrendered a goal, in fact, in this little man advantage situation that has developed. 3-3 the score. 1:05 to go here in the second period. Evans trying to work his way towards the goal. Ball's on the floor, and so is he. Still a battle ensues. Petrie directing traffic down there. Rose giving chase behind the net as well. Ball's knocked loose. Glennie Bryan, he's able to pick it up. And the Oakville Rock will try to move the ball up the floor. Bryan has it jarred loose there by Dixon. And the Oakville Rock were able to call timeout there with 31.9 seconds left as Glennie Bryan called that in a hurry. So they just update all the fans here on the Peterborough Six Nations Junior A game, and very quiet in the building here as there was a little drama built by our public address announcer. We're all tied up at 3, each team with just one goal in this period. Alex Krepensek and Sean Evans, both scoring shorthanded. Krepensek, it was his second of the game. Evans, it was his first. 3-3 the score, 31.9 seconds, 22 seconds on the shot clock as Wesberg will run it up the floor, and Oakville still in the power play, and obviously would love to grab one here before the end of the second to go into the dressing room with a 1-goal lead. Hickey with some room. Low shot stopped by Vince. He'll have a look up the floor. He'll find what he's looking for with just 12 seconds on the game clock here. Hickey engaged in a bit of a battle right at mid-floor. Dixon flips it across the floor for Turner Evans. He couldn't pick it up. Loose ball recovered by Jeremy Noble, but the clock will hit 0. So after 2 periods of play, we're all tied up at 3. Quite unexpectedly, I think we would say, as the Oakville Rock and the Peterborough Lakers each strike for a shorthanded goal in that second period, and that's why we're all tied up at 3 through 40 minutes of play. We'll take a short break, and we will continue with more of game number 1 of this first round Major Series Lacrosse Playoff Series from Peterborough. We're back here at the Peterborough Memorial Center, set for third period action of game number 1 of this best of 7 series between the Peterborough Lakers and the Oakville Rock. And we are all tied up at 3 apiece here. Stephen Hoare off the face-off had it for a moment, and the Lakers end up throwing it back down the floor. Hope able to pick it up. And the Lakers will go to work first here. This 3-3 game, a score that I don't think too many people would have thought that we would have seen through 40 minutes of play, but here we are. So 20 minutes, and the Oakville Rock can either steal one on the road here, or the Peterborough Lakers take care of business on home floor in game 1. We will wait and see how this turns out. The Lakers shorthanded still. Evans flipped it way far to the far side. Billy Hostrauser was able to pick it up. Gives it to Glenn Bryan, but Sean Evans, who never gives up on a play, was still putting pressure on the Rock down the floor. 30-second clock at the other end of the floor reads 10 seconds. Berg will wind up. Vince steps to his right to make the save, but Brett Hickey picks up that loose ball. Berg. LeBlanc. Far side. Looking to find Hickey. LeBlanc, low shot, blocked. Doesn't get to the net. Loose on the floor again. Lomas and LeBlanc. Neither one of them can come up with it as it's flipped to safety and a long bomb down the floor. And that 10-second violation was going to be coming up against Peterborough, so they just iced the ball, as they sometimes like to say. LeBlanc cuts to the middle and scores! Steph LeBlanc with a low shot that gives the Oakville Rock the first goal of the third period here at a 4-3 lead, a minute 46 into the third period. So a low shot from Steph LeBlanc eludes Matt Vince in the Peterborough goal, and the Oakville Rock have themselves a lead to work with here in the third period. Chances are 4 is not going to be enough to win this game, but she's been a pretty low-scoring one here so far. Lomas got in on Vince, but his shot well wide of the mark. Loose ball is picked up by the Lakers. Sean Evans off the bench, working from his wrong side. Off for Adam Jones. Jones will shoot. Rose will make a stop. And that long shot from Jones was handled pretty easily by Rose. LeBlanc. A little bit of a hop in his step. Kick it way out for Berg. Berg gets around Hoare. Will flip it back for Jared Noble. Noble has his pass knocked down, and here's a break now the other way for the Lakers. And Nick Rose slams the door shut on self. And some interference on that loose ball in the corner will give the Oakville Rock the ball. 3 minutes into this third period. Tainhouse across for Berger, gets a step on his man inside, and he can't get it to go by Vince. May have caught some post, may have caught some of his arm, but it stayed out. Weiss will hand it off for Culp. Lakers will finish up their change down by a goal. Here's an opportunity off the bench, and Rose is able to keep it out. It rolled in after the whistle. Clearly, fans behind the Rock goal not happy, but regardless, we still got a 1-goal lead for the Oakville Rock here. Brett Hickey. Push it down the near side for Lomas. Back up for LeBlanc. Now swings it to the far side for Noble. Kicks it back. Hickey will load up. That one's blocked. Lomas, he'll have a look. Gets to the middle. He has the ball. Pop out of his stick. Loose on the floor. Jordan Critch trying to pick it up. Lomas has it. The 30 expires. It'll be a Peterborough ball. 4:06 into this third period with Oakville up 4-3. Sean Evans along the near wall. We'll start with the ball. Evans with some room. That goes off a body in front. It'll rattle around. Picked up with 12 seconds still on the shot clock. Adam Jones to the near side for Evans. Evans trying to get some room. Lets a low shot go. Nick Rose got it with the stick. And now Mitch DeSnew will run the ball up the floor for Oakville. .20 seconds on the shot clock as the Rock finish their change. Jeremy Noble trying to work with Westberg. Noble still with the ball. Shot off a leg. Deflects way back into the Oakville end now. Noble will have to hurry just to get it. And he'll just fire it down the floor. And he finds Berg, who's able to get a shot off that missed the mark. And now he's tied up with Mike Kirk. And they'll eventually disengage with one another and head off. .505 has been played in this third period. Oakville Rock up 4-3 on a goal from Their captain, Steph LeBlanc. Curtis Dixon gets his way towards the middle and scores. Curtis Dixon, such a tough check. Able to bounce off guys and pinball his way to the goal and tie this game up at 4. 5:14 into the third period. Curtis Dixon just bouncing off guys, and what you think should be an easy check just never is. When Curtis Dixon gets into the middle there, he just keeps bouncing off guys and eventually finds himself in a great spot in front of the net to get a shot, and he has tied this game up at 4. Glenn Bryan with the ball off the draw will flip it back into the Oakville end as Mitch DeSnew will handle it, as Oakville will finish up this change. Steph LeBlanc surveys the situation, has some room, shoots. Vince turns that away. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Mike Kirk. Kirk on the run, trying to spread things out on the floor. He'll slam on the brakes though, turn it back, leave it for Sean Evans. And now here's a chance inside that Rose is able to steer away from himself as he tried to go around the back and score. And the Rock will quickly move it up the floor. 14 minutes to go in the third. 4-4 the score. Westberg with the ball on the far side. Berg rolls towards the top. Finds Jeremy Noble. Noble looks, gives him the ball back. Finds Hickey coming around. Quick stick there from Steph LeBlanc, who was cutting back door, but Matt Vince made the stop. And then the play was blown down immediately as LeBlanc had stepped into the crease. Evans working on the far side, now gives it for Dixon. Dixon has a bit of a step, working on McKay. Dixon with a backhander that's stopped by Rose. And how many times have we seen it just when you think you have Curtis Dixon wrapped up? He's able to get a great scoring chance. That's one guy you got to make sure. Well, really, they've got a couple of guys, I think, that are very similar checks. You got to check them for 30 seconds, and that's Sean Evans and Curtis Dixon. You can't ever give up on either one of those guys and think that you've got them wrapped up. Even if there's only 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock, they can make something out of nothing. Less than 13 minutes to go here in the third. Scott Evans looking towards the goal. Low shot, handled by Rose. And the Oakville Rock will go to work on offense here, trying to get a leg up. Steph LeBlanc with the ball on the near side. Being watched by Farthing. LeBlanc gets a little bit of room, spins away from that check, wants to get the shot away. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Long bomb there from Hickey, misses. It's going to roll down the floor. Wenster Green could be the first to it, but the 30 expires. It'll be a Peterborough ball, and they will start out deep in Oakville territory. Turner Evans, a bouncer for Sean Evans on the near side as the Laker faithful starts to heat up in the stands. Shot, that one stopped by Rose. Loose ball on the far side. Noble and Gillies try to work together to get the ball, but neither one of them can get it just yet. Still loose under that pile, but it's the Lakers that are able to come out with it. A flip, high, but still to safety in Curtis Dixon. 20 seconds on the shot clock as they go to work. Evans to the far side. Shot. That one is stopped. Loose ball in the corner again, picked up by Sean Evans. Evans trying to find some room. Loves that flip back to Dixon. Couple of fakes. Quick pass across the floor. Sean Evans, the dump. Doesn't quite connect with Dixon. Still 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Ian McKay trying to keep Dixon away from the goal. The ball stopped by Rose and rolled harmlessly behind the goal. And the Oakville Rock will take over. 4-4, 11 minutes to go now in the third period. LeBlanc for Lomas. Lomas pushes across to the far side. Jaron Noble. Westberg, he'll roll across the top. Back for Noble. He wants to get underneath. Noble now gets to the goal and rolls one just wide, but a crease violation once again called against Oakville, as Noble hasn't really been able to get things cooking just yet tonight. Culp will move it down into the corner. Jones going to work on Glenn Bryan, two former teammates in their junior A Northman days. Scott Evans tried the flip. That didn't work out so well. Long shot, scores! They said no goal, but you know what? That ball was in the net, folks. That looked like it bounced right through Nick Rose and into the goal. That looked like it found its way in there, but perhaps it might have hit the crossbar and stayed out. Love to get another look at that. We'll see if they replay it on the big board here. Long shot. That is stopped by Vince, and Vince having quite a few words here with Wiswell, and I'm sure it's about that last shot. 4-4 the score.
Let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers.
Shot. This one bounces harmlessly wide, and a second chance there, and a punch in the corner even as well, as this one starts to intensify even a little bit more. Jason Noble runs the ball up the floor for Oakville. Takes a bit of a pop, but still able to hang on to the ball. LeBlanc will start to step towards the net. Gets inside. His shot rolls high and then meets a bit of an elbow there from Matt Vince as he got into the goaltender's space. 9 minutes to go. Ball's on the floor. And the Peterborough Lakers will finish up their change here with just 14 seconds on the shot clock. Dixon on for Scott Evans. Scott Evans will wind up, tries to pull that shot short side, misses. A huge rebound off the end boards, and that'll do it for that possession for Peterborough. 8.5 here to go in the third. Still tied at 4. Lomas with some room on the near side. Off for Critch, who flips it way up in the air. Oakville kind of lucked out there. Hickey trying to find some room, lets a low shot go that is stopped by Vince, and Hickey hasn't had much success. But you know what? Not too many guys have had a ton of success tonight. It's a 4-4 game. Dixon works off his man. McKay checking him again. Dixon gets to the goal. Crease violation called against Peterborough as Rose is able to keep that ball out. Jason Noble pushes the ball up the floor in a hurry. He'll bounce it back for Steph LeBlanc. 7:45 to go in the third period. 4-4. Still all tied up here. LeBlanc. Less than 10. Berg will wind up. He'll shoot, and Matt Vince, sharp save there for the Peterborough goaltender. Jones corrals the ball in the corner. Adam Jones has a look across the floor and finds Sean Evans. Evans working towards the middle of the floor, but Billy Hostrauser all over him, still able to get a shot off that Rose makes the stop on. And Mitch DeSnew able to grab that ball after Jeremy Noble fell, but was still able to make the pass. Wes Berg, less than 7 in the third period. Berg, LeBlanc, shot, stopped by Vince, way up in the air. Lomas reels in the loose ball, and a fresh 30 for Oakville. Berg on the far side, watched by Sorensen. Sorensen pushes him out. Brett Hickey on for LeBlanc, pass inside. Lomas couldn't handle it. And the Lakers will pick up that loose ball in the corner uncontested and push it up the other way. 6:20 to go in the third period. 4-4, we're still knotted up. Vitarelli, not much room. Finds Turner Evans coming off the bench, trying to spin away from Zach Masson. Turner Evans still with the ball. Evans with a bit of room. Pass across, they score! A great feed across the floor to Turner Evans. And I think it was Crow on the near side able to quick stick that ball into the net behind Rose, who just could not come across fast enough to slam the door. It was indeed Matt Crow, giving the Lakers a 5-4 lead with 6:02 to play in the third period. Needless to say, every possession huge from here on out. The Oakville Rock will try to play catch up here, and they'll try to do it, I would think, in a hurry, and would love to get this back on even terms. LeBlanc had a bit of room, taken away by Hoare. LeBlanc, pass, inside, Noble, the dump, instead of shooting right on top of the crease. Noble made the pass, was looking for Critch, the 30 will expire, and 5:33 to go. And the Lakers will go to work. Noble's been looking for that glorious chance in tight all night, and he was not able to cash in there. Elected to try and pass the ball. Might want that one back. Shot stopped there by Rose, but a foot in the crease blew that play dead. 5:15 to go now. Jeremy Noble with the ball on his stick again. Push it up for Steph LeBlanc. LeBlanc on the near side, works his way towards the middle, off for Noble, who will shoot, and Matt Vince is able to make that save again down low. Quick push up the floor from the Lakers will get them settled on offense here. We'll see how the Lakers decide to manage the clock here with less than 5 minutes to go and a 1-goal lead. Evans with some room will get towards the middle. He'll kick it out. That shot, Rose gets enough of it to keep it out. He wasn't sure where it was, but it stayed out most importantly. Alex Krepensek will push the ball up the floor. Steph LeBlanc. On for Critch. LeBlanc tries to work off his man. That shot high and wide of the mark. Loose ball picked up. Tainhouse couldn't shovel it home. LeBlanc with it and a fresh 30. LeBlanc with some room, shoots. Vince with the save. And a turnover there gives the Lakers the ball with less than 4 minutes to go. Up 5-4 are the hometown Peterborough Lakers here in game number 1 of this series. And if every game is like this, you might want to get yourself a ticket, folks. Sean Evans. Pass across the floor, knocked away. Loose ball, swatted at by Culp, and now here's a chance back the other way. Hostrauser with it. Off for Glennie Bryan. Back for Hostrauser. That doesn't pay off. Loose ball, though, picked up by Hostrauser, and I'm sure he's going to try to get this thing out of trouble. Gives it to Desnew. He takes a bump. Desnew will shovel it off now for Lomas with 15 seconds on the shot clock and 3:15 on the game clock. Danny Lomas trying to work his way down towards the goal. Kicks it out for Jeremy Noble. His floater of a pass gets knocked down. Berg on for Lomas. Loose ball on the near side. Battled for. Farthing whacking at it. 30 expires, and it's going to be a Peterborough ball with 3:02 to play here in the third period. Oakville working hard to generate something, but the Peterborough Lakers slamming the door at every turn here now that they have that 5-4 lead. Pass comes across for Sean Evans. Evans flips it back. Dixon trying to get some room on McKay. He shoots and scores! Curtis Dixon, after he was able to shake the check of Ian McKay, had all kinds of time and space, and he beats Nick Rose to give the Peterborough Lakers a 6-4 lead with 2:37 to play. And that is a tough assignment for anybody, but especially for a guy who's played less than a handful of Senior A lacrosse games in Ian McKay, as Curtis Dixon just kind of worked him into the ground on that play and eventually had that room to get the job done. Less than 2.5 minutes to play. The Oakville Rock down by a pair. They're going to have to rock and roll here if they want to get back into this one. Nick Rose got towards the bench, didn't go, now he does. They may have had too many men on the floor. Shot, that's stopped by Vince as LeBlanc. His shot back into the middle, scores! Steph LeBlanc with the quick stick in the middle, cutting to the goal, a finish. It's in the back of the net, and the Peterborough bench was very upset about that potential for a 6-on-5 play there as Nick Rose got almost all the way to the bench, stopped. Oakville still sent a guy out the front door as Nick Rose was still probably about 10 feet from the bench, hopped on the bench, and the Oakville Rock, and you can see right now, Chad Culp still complaining to referee Ian Garrison that there was no call there, that there should have been too many men, and now Ian Garrison is saying, make sure the goaltender is all the way on the bench before you send somebody. And Matt Sawyer, I'm sure, will say, yeah, no problem, Ian. As long as you're not going to pull that goal back, anything you say is golden right now. 2 minutes to go. A bit of a stalemate off the draw, but it's picked up there momentarily by Weiss. And now a little bit of help from Hope. Under 2 minutes, 6-5 the score. Nick Weiss push the ball up ahead for Vitarelli. Vitarelli watched by Noble there. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jason Noble does a good job on his man. Long shot, catches the arm of Nick Rose just as the shot clock was about to expire, which will give the Peterborough Lakers a fresh 30 to work with here, still clinging to this 1-goal lead. 20 seconds on the shot. Lakers lead 6-5. And we'll see if they'll essentially try to do the same thing here and just get a late shot. Turnover there, though, loose on the floor. Gillies drops it. They're going to call for a reset. Although I'm sure the Oakville bench is going to argue that they never had full possession of that ball and there shouldn't have been a reset, but we're under a minute, 15 seconds on the shot clock. The Oakville Rock may get one more shot at this, but the way the Lakers are going, they haven't been turning over the ball with too much ease. Dixon from way out. He gets a shot on goal, and the Lakers are able to pick up the ball again with 31 seconds left. And Matt Sawyer wants Nick Rose on the bench so they can go 6-on-5 and try to pressure the ball here. They're sending everybody down the floor, and they call a timeout as Hostrauser delivers what appears to be a bit of a high stick, and I don't think there's any doubt that Nick Weiss is going in to get a piece of Billy Hostrauser, and they get tangled up and over the goal, and there are a number of extra players, I would say, on the floor, perhaps for both teams right now. As we were almost in the midst of a change with 19.7. So we'll see what the calls are going to be out of here. Peterborough tried to call timeout, and I think that they were successful. And Billy Hostrauser delivered a bit of a pop, and Sean Evans, I'm sure, is wishing Billy Hostrauser a safe drive home tonight and nothing else. It'll be interesting to see how this all sorts out because Nick Weiss barreled down the floor, and I don't know if there was going to be a penalty called on Hostrauser in the first place on the play behind the goal as Peterborough was calling timeout. As we have another look at it on the big board here, and Hostrauser clearly delivered a high stick after the Peterborough player was calling timeout. I'm not sure who it was that was trying to call timeout there that ended up taking the hit.
She's going to get ugly in the last 19 seconds, guaranteed. Want to bet?
And we have to remind folks that I'm pretty sure, unless there was a last-minute lineup change, although I don't know if we've seen him out on the floor here tonight, but I'll double check this before I comment on a certain player's availability. But Tim O'Brien is in fact in the lineup for the Oakville Rock, and not to mince words, but he usually has one job, and that's to take care of business. And we'll have to see if O'Brien ends up on the floor here for the final 20 seconds. But that's all going to depend, I think, on who starts with the ball, because if Oakville, it's going to be an interesting situation here because of the penalties. There was a timeout. I'm not sure how this is all going to sort out. We'll leave it for the boys in black, though, to sort out. As Peterborough did call a timeout. So they're going to say it's a 5-on-5 situation. Wiswell is now going to make his way over to the Oakville bench. So Weiss assessed 5 for fighting in a game misconduct. So Hose-Trouser ends up with a major for high sticking and a game misconduct. And Nick Weiss gets 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. And the Oakville Rock will double the ball down in the corner, and that ball is flipped high in the air. It's going to bounce, and it's going to take a Laker bounce. And DeSnoo gives it to Self, and Turner Evans cashes in on the empty net with 8.9 seconds left on the game clock. And we'll have to see what unit comes out on the draw here for both teams, I would say, with the late game fireworks that have already taken place. Well, you know what? I did comment that Tim O'Brien was in the lineup, and he is in the lineup on point streak, but he hasn't been on the floor tonight. I don't see him on the bench, and in the original game sheets, I don't think Zach Masson was on it, no. So Tim O'Brien was a late scratch. Zach Masson was the late addition, so we're definitely not going to see him, but Jason Noble involved along the far side, and Stephen Hoare now decides that he's going to drop the gloves, perhaps, with Krepensek, as they're mixed up. Nick Rose comes down all the way down the floor as well. And Noble still doing a little bit of fencing with Chad Culp. And it looks like cooler heads will prevail here as game number 1, a very exciting one at that, goes to the hometown Peterborough Lakers. So they take care of business on home floor in game number 1 of this series. 7-5, the Lakers win this in a game that I think was a lot closer than anybody expected coming in to tonight, myself included. But the Oakville Rock, maybe they're starting to make believers out of a few people here. We'll see what the rest of this series has to hold, but they have definitely given the Lakers all that they could handle here tonight in Peterborough, and it took a late third period surge from the Lakers to win this game 7-5, and of course that 7th goal came into an empty net. The series will continue on Wednesday night back at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, an 8 o'clock game time in Oakville. You'll want to be there, and then game number 3 will also be in Oakville on Saturday night, August the 8th, at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center as well. So that will about do it here tonight from Peterborough. 1-0, the Lakers lead the series. For Stephen Stamp, I'm Mike Hancock, saying good night, and we'll see you soon.